We're human. We're not, you know, we're not. You know, we have feelings like everybody else. Yeah, you know, and we're entitled every now and again.
But we never ask we never ask anything of anybody,
like said,
any companies. We never ask anything. We never ask anybody to come and defend us that we wouldn't do it ourselves. What we try to do is we try to be a hands-on operation for everything to do with the business, especially Steve and certain other people who go and meet council members who do this or do that. We always try to meet everybody. And anytime we have a problem with people, we always go meet them. Or we try to meet them. And we put in a request, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we naturally love people.
And then a lot of people just say, well, you know, some man might get up and rip us a new one, like the next thing he's on TV, and they've just ripped us apart, and we're like, well, can we meet you? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Well, let's talk about Alec Baldwin. Let's just talk about Alec Baldwin. In the past, he's been known to say things against the industry, but then he took a carriage ride. Did you think that he was...
If I would have known it, I would have never have done it.
I didn't think
But it's all the better you did do it.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Well, you look beautiful, and Tyson looked beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic.
Still.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be subjected to. I was originally told it was another character on the show, and then when I appeared on the set, then it was Alec Baldwin. And if I had known from the start, I wouldn't have done it.
It just seems. So
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we had the picture of him in the carriage, him being a hypocrite, which we can get a lot of mileage out of that as well, and it sort of discredits him. But it took away from my integrity of having.
Well, that's just it.
Even though I was only with him for 8 minutes. Yeah. And even though at the end of it all, became positive in the show.
Yeah.
Because he lost to his mother.
Yeah.
You know, and he ended up doing it, and that's it. And we have it documented that it was done and it was spread all over the world. But you know, I mean, people like Alec Baldwin. I mean.
No, I understand. You know, but I mean, that was a setup, and it was
complete setup.
And it's one of those things where, again, you know, if Alec is saying it, and lots of people like him as an actor, and I even liked him as an actor until I understood what was going on. But you know, he has an effect.
His brother Stephen has done work with us over the years.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Celebrity Apprentice.
And there's plenty of celebrities
they love working with us.
Again, they can't really speak up for you guys because they don't want to be slammed.
We wouldn't ask them to.
I know.
There's no way we would subject people to that.
We wouldn't want to. Like American Girl probably could have taken a stance, but we would not encourage that. We wouldn't want them to do that for us.
No.
This is what we do.
It's what we do.
This is what we have chosen to do. We also choose not to put somebody else in front of our bullets.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, when we first started, when Eva came up to ask us if we'd be interested in being in retirement, the first thing she said was, I really need to advise you against this.
Yeah.
I need you to think about yourselves and what this is going to mean to who you are.
Right.
And as a rescue out there and how you're going to be looked at. And, you know, naturally, those of us that founded us were carriage drivers. That's how we became aware that we need retirements for the horses. So to help everybody out. And so we didn't feel any problem at all with helping.
But that was us being honest with you.
But that was straight up on the table. That was never.
Unfortunately, honesty might be our problem. Times we might be too honest.
Well,
sometimes it can backfire on you, you know.
Yeah,
but we never ask anybody to do anything. Well, but we've been very lucky over the years too. Having said that, lots of people have just gone to bat for us, like yourselves, and other people. Lots of celebrities have stood up for us.
Well, it's really for all of us, right? I mean,
Liam Neeson.
Liam has gone out on a limb for us for no reason.
I've seen that, Well, he's righteous.
Right.
Yeah, well, apart from that, you know, like it's not as if we went and paid him or asked him to do it, and lots of other people have done it over the years. Richard Harris was there for us. Lots and lots and lots of people have gone out for us. Rudy Giuliani. Mayor Koch, people like that have gone out for us.
And Bloomberg.
Mayor Bloomberg, our present mayor, Mayor Bloomberg. They have, Mayor Bloomberg especially in the last couple of years, like...
He's been our biggest champion.
Yeah, he's been our biggest champion.
Yeah, that's really
so many people have got out there for us. Christine Quinn, running for mayor at the moment, getting a real hard time from people in New York City, making it very, very hard for her because of her association with us. But the girl's straight up.
I mean, the animal rights people have followed her. They followed her and harassed her for the last 3 years.
Yeah. Gosh. So, I'm hoping that your presence and your words and I mean, it's a prayer, honestly, that it gets out there and people get to see more of you and become interested to come and meet you down in New York. And
well, we have this annual Club Club now. We have it again now in March the 23rd this year. We invite, and people who can't make that day, That's not a problem. Our stable is open 365 days of the year. Anybody is more than welcome to come to our stable at any time. Any time. We'll take anybody around the stable, show them our horses. It's not a problem.
Well, thanks for saying that, Paul. I'm sure that a lot of people would be happy to hear that.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. It's transparency.
I will say that
Yeah.
for here too, where they're retired, that anybody's invited
Anybody
to
can
come.
come with us, see our day,
Yeah.
see our day, see the animals, see how happy they are, see the love there is.
Well, I'm really proud to know you guys.
Well, I'm proud to know you too.
Really proud, and we will always be there.
Well, we
in
appreciate
whatever way. And honestly, you inspire us, and we just are hoping, and I believe that good things are coming. That the light is going to shine everywhere. I mean, we look at injustice anywhere, and sooner or later it's discovered. And people's. I have an intern here from UMass, and she took a animal welfare course, and her teacher told her that the horses in New York City were abused.
Right.
And since she's come to Blue Star and she's learned different, and she's gone down to meet you guys, she's reversed her idea of it so much. She's actually written to her teacher and told her how inappropriate that was,
Oh, yeah,
and
well,
how outraged she
We
is.
appreciate things like that, but the greatest thing about that was that girl has learned that herself.
Yes.
We have had people come to us
Yes.
for protests, as part of protests, walking away from the protest, which is a great testament to us. We think so.
Yeah.
So anybody with half a brain that comes and says, well, this horse is abused,
Yeah.
then there's something not right with them, But we have people who have come to protest our business that have walked away from the protest.
Yep. Well, I believe it. I believe it. Because if you have any sense of anything, I mean, it's just obvious. It's common sense.
We're easily the most regulated business in our city.
Oh, absolutely.
Right around Steve?
Oh, absolutely.
In the
100%.
equine world,
Absolutely.
I can't
In the equine
imagine.
world. There's
Yeah.
nobody right. There's days we can hardly get talking to our horse because we'll have the ASPCA on one side, you'd have the Department of Health, you'd have maybe the
Mounted
Department
unit.
of Consumer Affairs, the police could be up, the mounted unit. They'd just be there maybe at the one time.
Yeah.
But we're all going like, lads, can we drive the horse and carriage here? They're going, alright lads, you're okay. But look, there's just so many people there at the one time, and they're always there. And the great thing is, there's no regulation in the sense that they're not going to come every day. There's no uniform in the sense that they're going to come at 5 o'clock in the evening, they're going to come at 1 o'clock. They come and go when they please, 24 hours a day, anytime they want.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest thing about it. It's not as if we say, alright lads, it's 11 o'clock, Joe, be coming now. It's not the way it works.
What's also
All
great
the time.
about us in the equine world, we are probably the most simplest in terms of care. The horses get what they need. They get hay, they get water, and they get grain. You don't go into our stable and see a drawer full of supplements or
Fancy stuff.
fancy stuff or
Or basics.
paste.
Carrots, apples,
it's so
love, genuine love.
simple. It's genuine care.
Yeah.
It's a pat on the neck. It's a carrot after a ride. It's water when it's needed, and it's all the hay you can eat. And that's all you need.
And that's what they
That's
they
all.
care
Proper
Yeah.
fitted harness, proper fitted shoes,
about. Yep.
and respect.
Yeah.
The respect
And
is the
that's
key.
fundamentally what makes a happy, healthy horse.
Yeah. It's
They don't
the
need
bottom
all
line.
those other things.
No.
They need us to care for them.
Yeah.
And really care for them. Not, pretend we care for them, spend hundreds of dollars on toys to use them.
It's none of
but
this.
care
It's
for
none of the
them.
phony stuff
Listen.
with us. What you see is what you get. Horses are there for the world to see. We welcome the world to come and look at our horses, come and look at our stables.
I sit on the advisory board for the city of New York with the rental horses, and we go to these riding stables, and one stable in particular was having massage therapy and acupuncture and stuff like that. But then the horse is going back to a stall that's got electric wires running through the top of it. So okay, you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars here for an hour, but you have a $10 house fan blowing on the horse. We have the big oscillating fans for the ventilation with the misters and everything on it. It's
Or how about just going to go stand back in their stall?
yeah.
Yeah.
Isolated from everything.
Right.
Everybody.
That's
I mean,
on our stalls. What's great about them is they're open, so they can interact with the horses
and
next
they
to
get
them.
to go out.
Right.
They get to go out
And
too.
do something. I mean, it's.
And even when they're not working,
When
they
they-
still get to go out. But
And then when they come back to their stall, they really want to be there.
Yeah.
They want to have
Yeah.
their space, and they want to lay down and take a nap, and yeah.
it's a simple little operation, and it's, as Steve says, it's probably the simplest operation of any equine business
It's
or industry.
It's basics.
It's just basics.
Basics.
It's just the basics. You start off with one man's horse.
It's the blue collar.
It's the blue collar.
Yeah.
That's it, and it's universal. It's not, you know, and it's kind of it's something that's kind of it's in you. It's in you, and the horse will bring it out of you.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's in more of us than people realize. More of us really, really, really want to connect with the community that way, with our horse. And more of us really, really want to be in a partnership with a horse. You know, you guys get to do it, and thank God, because somebody's doing it, and we get to admire your work, you know. But I think I think that what you guys have as a life is a wonderful, wonderful thing, a wonderful path, and you know, it will be recognized for what it is. Unfortunately, you have to bear this.
Well, we have this. Unfortunately, that's the only drawback in our job. Because as I always say to people, like, you know, we don't. It's not like we're in the real world. We live in a little fantasy world. You know, we go to work with horses, like we play with horses all day.
Yeah.
You know? And then, unfortunately, you know, after that, you have to go back in the real world, which is like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Oh no,
I know.
you know,
I know.
it's like a nightmare. You know what I mean? Like,
really
you gotta
is.
get back in the train. You gotta do this. You gotta do that.
I mean,
you
the
know.
horses are so really real.
Yeah,
They just
you know.
make, you know, they bring out the best.
It's just the happiest time of our day. Is just mucking about with the horses, dossing around. You know.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story too. I bought. Now I retired.
And healthy.
Yeah, when I retired Patty here last May, I bought 2 horses to bring them to New York. And you know, again, transparency. Bought the 2 horses. They were a team up in Connecticut. They were perfect. What I was looking for. Absolutely perfect. To tell you, after training the horses for 6 weeks, the relief that I felt that these horses were finally now going to be able to be a part of my job, be a part of my life for the next X amount of time. I mean, it ages you until you get to that point where you feel relief that the horses are working.
You have a partner.
That you have a partner.
Butterflies go away.
Oh yeah. I mean, and Paul can testify to that firsthand.
Because again, not any horse can do that. Just
No, it's not. It's not for every horse, and it's you know.
To find those horses, it's just amazing.
It's amazing, and it's a gift.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not for every horse.
No.
Nor do we think it's for every horse.
Nope.
Nor will we bring thoroughbreds. You know,
No.
you can say what we.
don't do that.
You know, I grew up in the city. You know, I grew up in the city, and I grew up with horses, so I have the knowledge of both.
Yeah.
And Paul, now working in the city now for so many years, has the knowledge of both. A guy coming from, you know, the middle of Colorado to New York doesn't have the knowledge that we would have about the city and the stimulus that goes around the city for horses. You know, so we're a leg up on that guy who may have grown up on a ranch in Colorado.
Yeah.
You know, so we wouldn't try and bring, you know, thoroughbreds and things like that and Arabian horses.
We know our limitations. Like we're not into that.
We know what we need.
Well, that's not even. I mean, that's unrealistic. It's completely unrealistic.
Yeah. We know the city and we know horses. We have the common knowledge of both. People that are against us don't have the common knowledge of the horse.
But they don't want to know.
And nor do they want to know. Exactly.
And they make no effort to know.
Well, I mean,
and sometimes when we question them, unfortunately, they completely balk. They run away from you in the sense that you say, well, do you want to come down to the stable? Do you want to see how the horse works? You know, they don't want to know.
No.
That's the sad.
well, fundamentally, they don't want us
They're
to
just
have
a
a
rent.
relationship.
Mostly they're just a rent-a-mop. The people we're dealing with are mostly a rent-a-mop. You know.
Well, if they're being paid, yeah. I mean, I don't know any. I've been in activism a long time with land rights and things like that, and I don't know of any of them that are getting paid. I mean, unless they're working for the wrong side.
The wrong side, yeah.
And you know, it's just a. Well, I'm really hoping that we can shed some light on your side of the story and get the word out there about that, and maybe there'll be feedback and more questions for
Our side of the story is come and meet us.
Come see us.
Come and see us.
Come and see you at
We're
Clip
there.
Clop,
Anybody wants to see us with Clip Clop now is the annual event we have. Anybody's
Especially,
welcome to that. But if they can't make Clip Clop, then there's Clip Clop every day.
Every day.
With
There
us.
is
Every day is
every
Clip Clop
day.
with us.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.